There's no tax if you clap for someone, or if you smile at someone. So at least be generous to clap for someone.
Thank you very much for that kind introduction. I was waiting to see who he's talking about, because I didn't realize it was me. Okay, quick introduction about myself. That is my name. For those of you who are not from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, it might seem like a very long sentence that could say, how are you in Swahili, or some other language, but believe me, it's my name. My background is simple. I'm a chartered accountant. I've worked for some of the biggest companies in the world, Unilever, Mars, and some others as well. But I got made redundant several times. I got discriminated against. There was lots of challenges and issues in different businesses. After 15 years in the corporate world, I decided to set up my own business as an estate agent. I started from home with absolutely no experience. After 5 years, I was able to set up in retail premises very close to the high street in Hounslow. And I'd become, within those few years, one of the most successful estate agents in all of Hounslow. And one thing that I learned that made a person successful was caring for people and having the customer service to deliver and saying something that you're going to actually carry out and do. Over the last few years in the estate agency, there were lots of different challenges. Costs going up, margins going down, competition, internet, technology, it's a different world. I got problems with my staff, I had a lot of stress from the council, I had problems with landlords and tenants, expectations were going through the roof, and it became a different business to the one I had entered 10 years ago. I was always looking for something new, something different, and I said to my wife one day, I'm fed up with all these staff. Wouldn't it be great if I had a business that had no staff? She said, there's no such business with no staff. Every business has got staff. I said, wouldn't it be great if there was a business with no risk of putting your life savings in, huge investment, and having to invest on it on a regular basis, as you do with any business? She said, I don't think there's any such business in the world that you don't have to invest anything into. I said, wouldn't it be great if there could be a business which is totally flexible, I could work as many hours as I wanted, and it wouldn't affect my business? She said, I don't think there is such a business. And she was going to have me committed to the mental hospital, but ACM came along. And I said, look, I'm not the mental one, there is such an opportunity. I joined 7 years ago, 7 months ago, March 28, 2014. Okay, now, to make it easy for the non-Pakistanis in this room, non-Indians, non-Bengalis, I'm going to cut my name in half. And you can call me. That's a lot easier to say, isn't it? Especially for some of our Polish friends sitting here. Okay, right. Now, let me ask you a question. If I were to offer you £1 million, that's what it looks like, or the skills to acquire millions and millions and millions and millions, who'd want the £1 million? Who'd want the £1 million? Anyone? You want both. Who wants the skills to earn lots of millions?
Yeah.
Look, there's a few clever Pakistanis in this room, and this is what we do. This is my countrymen. They say, first give us the million, then show us how to earn millions. But it doesn't work that way in life. Look, to earn millions in life, you need a special mindset. Think of millionaires. One of the questions people ask is, why do they keep on working? They've got all this money, why do they keep on working? They don't work for the money, they work because they have a different reason for working than you and I. They have a different mindset. So look, on this journey together, by the way, I'm a big Arsenal fan as well. We won at West Bromwich Albion today, 1-0, fantastic, it's really good game. I was listening to it on the way in. Right, on this path to success, I'm going to give you lots of £1 million tips. Look, I get lots of £1 million tips every time I speak to Zia Rahman. I get lots of £1 million tips when I speak to Noman Durrani. I get lots of £1 million tips when I speak to Isla Lawan and a lot of the other leaders. If you think about the advice people give you and take it and follow through with it, then you really will earn lots of millions. Now, the first tip I think is the most important. First of all, this training is for you. Make an intention to practice upon it, to put whatever you have into reality, and that will only happen outside this room. It won't happen inside this room. But to help you, you should write everything down. Now, has anyone got a training pad which they always take with them? Yeah? Can you stand up? If you have a training pad, you always bring it with you. Yeah? Anybody else? You have one training pad, not scraps of paper. Look, ladies and gentlemen, just have a look around the room. These people are future SVPs. Take a seat. Thank you very much. Since I've joined ACN 7 months ago, not 7 years ago, which it was 7 years ago, I filled out 3 of these books. And then I found one of these. You get these from Asda, from Tesco. They're project books. And I started to fill this out as well. And wherever I go, I keep it in my briefcase. There's certain things I always keep in here when I go to ACN events. Even if I go to a presentation, I'm always looking to learn. If you have that intention, if you have that quality, I'm a student and I want to learn, I want to put things in practice. Make mistakes, it doesn't matter, but you're going to learn along the way. Then you will. So my first £1 million tip is please, please, make that intention. Look, here's a few quotes about intention. I'm going to skip through a lot of the slides because of the shortness of time. This actually is a much longer presentation, but I'm trying to compress everything down. So, apologies if you don't get time to read everything, to write everything down. Don't worry. Another time. Right. When we say positive mindset, what comes to your mind? What words do you associate with mindset? Look, this is not a trick question. I want you to get involved in this training session. Tell me what you think mindset means.
Freedom, happiness.
Freedom, happiness, anything? Yes?
Making the best of everything.
Sorry?
Making the best of everything.
Making the best of everything.
Your way of thinking.
Your way of thinking.
Vision.
Vision.
Putting
One at a
yourself
time.
in action.
Having a vision.
Vision. Anything not said?
Putting yourself in action.
Positive vision. Belief. Help others.
Never quit.
Never quit. Anything not said already?
Putting yourself in action.
Sorry.
Setting your mind to the goal.
Setting your mind to the goals. Bulletproof.
Putting
Anybody
yourself
else?
in action.
Again?
Putting yourself in action.
Turn yourself into
Find
action.
the destination.
Destination.
Satisfaction. Satisfaction.
Satisfaction. Any more?
Dedication.
Communication.
Why?
A big why.
I refuse to go down.
Yeah, you refuse to go down, especially if you're boxing with someone, yes. What else?
Focus.
Focus. What else? What else is mindset?
Dedication.
Dedication. Certainty.
Being positive.
Commitment. Being positive we've got. Intention we've had. Okay, look. It's all of those things. All of those things. Anything to do with what's in your mental state and how to make it better. That's having a positive mindset. Look, this is something which top athletes use. It's called the mindset loop, performance loop. I'm not going to go through it now, but let me take out one thing from everything that everyone said, and let's start with that. And that's belief. I think you've got to start somewhere. This is just my starting point. I would start this journey on saying, first of all, you've got to have belief. Do you know what I mean by that? There's something called the belief cycle, which talks about belief, potential, action, and results. Again, because of limited time, we're not going to go through that. But look, what I'm talking about here is, what you need to do is, first of all, believe in yourself. You have to believe in network marketing, otherwise, nobody else will. You can't recruit anybody. You've got to believe in ACN. Otherwise, you can't get anyone else to believe in ACN. You've got to believe in Benavita. You've got to believe in Joy. You've got to believe in the products and services. If you don't believe in them, nobody else will. And most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the most important part. If you don't believe in yourself, how do you expect anybody else to? You have to believe in yourself, you have to believe that you can do it. Because if you don't believe in it, then you can't do it. Okay, here's my next tip. In order to help you believe in yourself, you have to have a why. Now, people call it different things. Some people call it a must. Eric Thomas calls it a must. Some people call it reasons. Jim Rohn, Anthony Robbins, they call it reasons. It doesn't matter what you call it, but it's got to be there. It's a why. Now, what do I mean by this? What this means is something that will drive you, something that's personal to you, something that's special to you, something that will make you get out of bed, something that will, you'll go through the struggles because of this reason, because of this why, because of this must. And you know what? It's got to be really serious. It's got to be something desperate, something which is not a should, but a must. For example, I should give up smoking, I must give up smoking. Do you see the difference? If my mindset is, I must do this because it's important, then I'll get it done. So the first thing I'd like you to do is write down your own why. I'm going to give you 1 minute, everybody, and look, it doesn't have to be one thing. It could be lots of, in fact, the longer the list, the better. Write down your why, your desperate why. And this is for yourself. I'm not going to take this in like a class professor and mark it. 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, sorry, fail. Man United failed. Man United fan definitely failed. But look, this is something for you, okay? Write down what makes you want to go through life. What's special for you? Now, I know this is something very personal to everyone, so look, don't volunteer if you don't feel comfortable. Would any one person like to share with everybody else their why? Yeah? Okay.
Because you only live once.
Right, what's your, no, what I'm saying is, what I'm asking is your personal why. Yeah? Something that what you want to do. Why don't you stand up? What's your name?
Lutfa Begum.
Right, stay where you are.
Yeah.
Can everyone hear her?
Yeah.
She hasn't said anything. That's a trick question. Right, go on.
My why is, first of all, I wanted myself a financial freedom.
Okay.
My mortgage, I wanted to rid of my mortgage. And my second why, because I'm a nurse, I saw this society is destroying due to drug, alcohol. So I wanted to do rehabilitation hospital for drug and alcohol.
What I want you to do is write this out neatly. You can put it on a computer and then print it out if you like. Have 3 or 4 copies. Stick one up above your bed. Stick one in the mirror in your wardrobe or wherever it is. Stick one in the bathroom. Somewhere you'll see it to remind yourself of what the reason you're doing SEN is. Because there's going to be some dark days. There's going to be some real struggles, some real challenges. And the worst thing you can do is start becoming negative and blame everybody else. Because it's life. Okay. Right. That's something I just found. What's your why? When you know why you do what you do, even the toughest days become easier. Okay? And another one, which is very long, we don't have time to go through it, so I'm sorry. Right, next tip. I'm gonna skip over this, but I'd recommend 2 websites for you. One is workmarketingpro.com, and the other one is your Success on Demand YBA Plus. Please, 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 I humbly request of you, don't look at YBA Plus as 2 points. That's the worst thing you can do. The owners of this company have spent millions of pounds to get the best success training in the world. And they're giving it to you for £20.40 a month. It's a bargain. Go on to it. You know, yesterday what I was watching the Cleveland event. The day before that, I was looking at Brisbane event, the training that was going on in ACN in Brisbane 6 months ago, the training that was going on in San Jose 6 months ago, the training that's going to be going on in Arizona. You've got all of this on your YBA Plus, and most people don't realize. Please use it. Okay. Right, I'm going to spend a couple of minutes on this. This is what most people think success looks like. It's a straight journey from A to B. You ask any successful person, just ask them one thing. Have you had any setbacks on your journey to success? What do you think they're going to say? They're going to say, how long have you got? Of course I have. So success goes up and down. It's not a straight line. Now, there's something called the law of association, which has already been mentioned. Surround yourself with positive, successful people. Get a mentor. Learn from people. Someone who's made it in life, someone who's successful, someone you admire, someone you can learn from. Surround yourself with successful people. And you know what? If you're the least successful of all of those people, that's the best thing. Because by being in their company, you'll soon become more successful. Now, on the way, lots of people are going to mock you, people are going to ridicule you, people are going to say lots of things. The best way, there are seats here, if you see any seats, if there's an empty seat next to you, can you just put your hand up, please? Yeah?
Yeah.
Wherever they are, you can go and sit. Come on, please. You'll enjoy it better. Just put your hand up if there's a seat next to you which is empty. Yeah? Fantastic. We are going to be taking a break in about 10 minutes, and those who have to pray and those who have to take a comfort break, we can do it then, okay? Any more seats empty? Yeah? Fantastic. Oh. There's some seats over there as well. One, sir? There's one over there.
One seat over there, guys.
One chair here. Okay. Right, any more? One chair here. There's a VIP guest space here as well. Just for the right person, no wonder. Lutfa, can we have someone next to you? Yes? Can someone sit next to Lutfa, please? No? Okay, they found a space, no worries. Alright. Okay, look. The best way, instead of becoming bitter, becoming offended, or being offensive, is to do that. Defeat your enemies with success. Now, study success. Study successful people. It could be a religious leader. Whoever you admire, whether it's Buddha, peace be upon him, Jesus, peace be upon him, whether it's Ibrahim, peace be upon him, Muhammad, peace be upon him, whoever you admire, study their life. It could be a leader from today of a company. It could be someone alive, it could be someone dead. Someone who's achieved something in their life, study their life. Because you know what? They've got lots of things to teach, and they want to share. Study successful countries. What made America great? What made South Korea great? What made different countries in the world economically great? What have they done that's different to everybody else? You'll learn lots of important lessons. Study successful sports teams. And we know who the greatest football team in the world is, don't we? It's Arsenal.
Chelsea.
Ladies and gentlemen, I apologise. I didn't put these slides together. It was my son. And he's a Liverpool fan. Okay, look. I've only got 5 minutes, so I'm going to rush through some of these. We're not going to cover bulletproof. Sorry. And how we become bulletproof, we don't have time. So I want to get to one more tip. This one. Look. Have you ever heard the saying, don't quit, keep going? Yeah? Who's heard that?
Yeah.
I would say, that's right, but add another 2 words. Don't quit, keep going, but get better. Look, if you keep going, what if you're going in the wrong direction? You've got to also stop and think, where am I going? What am I doing wrong? I've got to get better and better. Now, I'm going to teach you a couple of quick tips about getting better. And again, sorry, I'm going to have to rush through all of these. How do we get better? I'm just going to give you a few very simple steps which you can put into action to help you get better. Right, the first one of these is, I think, the most important. Ask yourself this question: are you coachable? Do you think you know better than the co-founders of ACN? Then follow the simple steps they've put in place, the simple system they put in place. They've been going for 21 years. They set this up from scratch. They've expanded to 24 different countries, and it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So they must be doing something right. So ask yourself, am I going to bring my own system to replace it, or am I going to follow the system that's already in place? In order to do that, I have to be coachable. I have to listen. The next thing, to become better, is become better as a person. I think this is really important. How to have a big heart, learn to forgive, learn to become a better human being. Leave the money to one side, it will come, I promise you. If you concentrate on becoming a better person, and there's lots of people lots of places you can go to. Again, we're going to have to skip through this. Right. Very quickly, make mistakes. Okay? Don't be worried, don't be scared of not making mistakes. I make mistakes all the time. My mentors are always telling me, don't do it this way, do it this way. But I've got to make that mistake to learn. Make mistakes, don't worry. And take risks. Don't be overcautious. Now, before you get the wrong message, because I did say just now, be coachable, now I'm saying make mistakes. Yeah? This is the important thing. Learn from your mistakes. Learn from the mistakes of other people as well. Okay? Now, we're going to have to skip this bit as well. And we've got to the end. But just one very quick thing. That's the best stadium in the world. You know, one day, I'm praying, one day, there's going to be an ACN international event in the Emirates Stadium.
Whoa.
60,000 people. It's going to be fantastic. And Arsene Wenger will come up and introduce it. Right, now, very quickly, because we've got about 2 minutes left. I'm going to just recommend one book to you. That's called GoPro. I've got lots of books I'd like to recommend. If you've been in this business for a while, I'd highly recommend three books I bought. Swim with the Sharks, Harvey Mackay, excellent book. Beach Money, Jordan Adler. You can read this in one day. Some really good tips in there. And start with why. This is a bit heavy. Don't worry if you can't get that last one. But this one, right. I'd like to give a copy of GoPro away to anybody. Who'd like it? Right. Hang on a minute. Right, now. Yeah? I'm going to give a free copy away. Right. We've only got 60 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. I've only got one. So how do I decide who I give it to?
The newest guy in here.
Alright, I tell you what, come. What's your name? Mr. Gilani. Okay. Mr. Gilani, without looking at your notes, can I just take this? Repeat all the £1 million tips and it's yours.
Be positive, because the thing is, when you think.
Was that one of them?
No.
Sorry. Next person, please. Yeah, come up. Because we've got very little time. Come up. Come. You know how to take your notes.
Of course. That's the whole part of the courses, right? Yeah, we're going to right now.
And you can buy it from Amazon, $5.75. Come, give me your notebook.
No. Okay, believe in yourself. Keep it super simple. How many?
9.
You want all the 9?
Yeah, I'm not giving this away from.
You
I'm a Pakistani here.
Don't
Pakistanis here, you know. They only gave me 20 minutes. Come on.
quit. Don't
Tell
get
them.
better.
Yeah, that's 3.
Get better.
That's 3. Come on. Any more? No, don't tell them. Don't tell them.
I'm gonna help you now.
All right, tell you what.
It's okay.
That's it. Take
Give
a
it to
seat.
someone
Take-
else.
One more person, because I've got to finish now.
Good.
One more person who's going to volunteer. Come on then, Lutfa. Come on, quickly. Hereby telling me. Hurry up, come on. How many can you get?
Believe in yourself
Go on.
and do mistake, learn from the mistake,
Goes to
and
Success. What's your why?
Why?
What's your why?
Why should be bigger than you?
Yes.
And training.
No, training was never enough.
That was part of bulletproof.
If I
You should give it to
add
her.
hope.
Okay, right, here you go. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you one question. Do you think you have learned something new today?